This episode, we're focusing on interactivity. You'll learn how to make your app respond to user actions, such as tapping a button. This introduces one of the core ideas in SwiftUI, state management using state variables. Let's get started. SwiftUI is built around the concept of declarative programming, meaning your UI reflects the current state of your data. To enable interactivity, we use state to define variables that can change over time. These variables control what's displayed on the screen. So now here I have my project opened, and let's create our first state variable. As state variables are placed between content view, between the struct of content view or the view you're using and the body. So here I'll put at state var, that is the word we use for defining variables, or if you want you can use private var message. The var is going to be called message, and we're defining it as a string type. For defining the type of a variable, we don't put an equal sign, but we put 2 points. So as it is going to be a string, put a string, and the message is going to be hello world. As at state marks this variable as stateful, meaning SwiftUI will monitor it for changes. When the value changes, SwiftUI automatically updates any part of the UI that depends on it. Private ensures that this variable is only accessible within this specific view, which keeps our code organized and secure. var message string, as I told you before, establishes the type, and the equal and hello world just defines the message. For proving this, here I'll instead of putting a specific string, I'm going to type here message. That is this state variable we got here. As you can see, it still says hello world because the message is as well hello world. But if I change this by the tech geek, it immediately updates it, and as you can see, it now says the tech geek. Now, as I already explained you in the previous episode, if you want to go watch it for learning how to customize different things on your app, we're going to make this text more attractive. So let's give it some properties. So as you can see now, I've applied some properties to a text, and now it's larger, is bold, it's blue, and it has some padding around it, as we explained in the previous episode. It's in the description as well. Now let's make this text dynamic. We'll add a button that changes the value of the message when tapped. So under the text, I am going to type button and button parenthesis button parenthesis action, then a key. We type the action we wanted to execute. In this case, I am typing so the message changes. Message changes to message changed And now we'll define um, the properties, like the physical, like the properties you see of the button. So put this, and then we put what we want the button to say. So I'll type text, um, text, change the text. And now we can apply some properties to it as well. Font. So I will do that while you observe the code. So as you can now see, um, now it looks way more like a button. I'll change this color here, that looked weird. Okay, now it's perfect. So as you can see, when I clicked the change the text button, as we state here, the message is changed to message changed. Look out. Look, the message has changed to message changed. Finally, we are going to add more buttons for flexibility. As you learned in this part of the episode, um, you can add the buttons that make the actions you want to do on your own project. I'm going to add other buttons to change the text. To keep things organized, we're going to use an H tag. H stack stands for horizontal stack for organizing those. So we're going to embed this in an H stack. Okay, there you go. Now we're making more buttons. This one will message reset. Okay. We'll put again the tech peak and the action of the text of the button will be change the message back to the original. Again, we're typing here reset text, and we're going to apply the same properties as these texts got. Okay, there you go. Now we got two buttons under the message we're displaying. So one button, as stated here, changed the message changed, and the other button resets the message to its original, that was the tech geek, as we can see here. Now finally, let's recap what we have accomplished. We introduced add state, which allows SwiftUI to track and respond to changes in data. We connected a state variable to a text view so it updates dynamically. We added two buttons to let the user interact with the app and change the text on the screen. Now that you understand the basics of interactivity, try experimenting. Add more buttons, customize the text, or play with layouts like vertical stack and horizontal stack. In the next episode, we'll focus on running your app in the simulator and testing it on a virtual device. See you then.